Hello and welcome to the Math Show. I'm here today with Blaise Pascal, a theologian, philosopher, physicist, scientist, and mathematician. He has been extremely influential in many different fields of science and math. Let's give him a warm and exciting welcome.
Hello, great to be on the show. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me about your early childhood.
Well, I was born on June 19th, 1623 in France. I am the third of four children. However, I am the only son because all of my other siblings are girls. My parents' names are Etienne and Antoinette Pascal.
Well, that's good to hear. Anyways, can you tell us about your schooling and education?
So my parents moved to Paris in 1631, where my father began to educate me himself. My father refused to teach me math because he feared that I would become overly focused on math and not become educated in any other subjects. So I focused my studies on Latin and Greek, but I was still interested in learning math. After a lot of persuasion, I was finally permitted to attend the Mathematics Academy meetings alongside my father once my father noticed my true passion for math.
So, Pascal, after you have been educated, tell us a little bit about your early career.
When I turned 18, I invented an early calculator called the Pascal line, and it has 8 movable dials which allowed the person using it to do basic mathematics calculations.
How interesting. Now, please tell us a little bit about your personal life, such as family and friends.
Unfortunately, I never married and I never had any children. However, I am very close with my sister Jacqueline, who is a Jansenist. She actually influenced me to follow this religious movement as well.
Wow. Do you have any interesting information on your later career that you can tell the audience?
Yes, as you all know, I started developing small inventions during my teenage years. Unfortunately, they weren't really successful. In 1648, I added more to my thesis, the generation of conic sections, but did not really add much information until years later. I also accidentally stumbled upon the creation of the little roulette while trying to develop a perpetual motion machine.
How funny. Good for you. Now tell us a little bit more about this, but in more depth, if you will.
Okay, well, in around 1642, I wanted to help my father calculate taxes easier, so I created the Pascal line. It's a numerical wheel calculator with 8 movable dials, as I already mentioned. These are labeled with numbers in tens and hundreds. With these dials, the user is able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. I had around 50 prototypes made of the simple calculator. However, the production and selling did not even last for a year. They weren't really successful due to discrepancies between the calculator's design and the French currency of time. Some of my other developments were more successful later on in my career.
I'm sorry to hear that, but congratulations on your later successes. Now tell me about your future, all of your inventions, and your mathematical discoveries.
Unfortunately, I have struggled with insomnia and dyspepsia ever since I was a teenager. I also suffered from migraines, which led to many problems later on. From predictions, it seems as though I will meet my untimely fate on August 19th, 1662, in my sister Gilbret's home in Paris. I will be 39 years old.
I'm so terribly sorry to hear that. Well, I'm sure you have had many influences on other scientists in future careers.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. My research has led to many different developments in geometry, physics, and even computer science. I have also explored binomial coefficients, and I eventually influenced Sir Isaac Newton himself. Lastly, due to my research and development in atmospheric pressure, the physics community has decided to name the unit Pascal after me.
Wow, how incredible. Unfortunately, our time is up, but it's been so incredible talking with you. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. Talk to you soon.